Welcome back to my Jeep channel. Welcome back to my space. Hello, everybody. I welcome you. Today, isn't as hambi ngohlelo nje due to logistical hindrances, I am alone. Another thing, guys, I know I've disappeared for a long time. June was throwing hands, and I was doing the best I could to fight back. But we made it out. We made it out alive. I made it out alive, and yeah, I'm recording alone. Don't have my teddy bear. It would have taken me a drag to set up for two people, but yeah, we're not complaining. I'm happy to still be here, and I'm enjoying the set. What do you think? Let me know. Thank you so much, guys, for subscribing. To those of you that have recently just joined, thank you for the comments. I see them. My heart is fat. Like my heart is fat and warm and very spongy and very pink and marshmallowy. And I thank you guys. I thank you so much for that. And today I want to talk about something that has been in my heart and my mind. Oh, also, I have me some tea with a straw. I know that's bougie. This has become my personality. It is so insane. It really is insane. Like drinking tea with a straw. It's my brand now. Is this my okay? It is. Okay, so what I wanted to talk about today is something that has been on my mind a lot, and I've been almost reluctant. And it's so funny how when things happen, they happen alluding to, me speaking about it now, because something actually happened that, has nudged me even more to speak about it now. And it is the burden of being the strong one. Yo, if you know me, you would know that there is no description of self I loathe as much as being considered or being referred to as strong. I feel like it strips you off of humanity. I feel like it refuses you an opportunity or a chance to feel things, especially if the perspective and the understanding of what strong can be, is misunderstood, because sometimes we think we're strong when we hide our emotions. We think we're strong when you're always ready to show up for everyone. You think you're strong when nothing hurts you, but it's very important to sit down and redefine what strong is, because from what I believe and according to what I think, strong is being able to be vulnerable, being able to break down when things are hitting at you, being able to feel the things that life is calling you to feel at the times that it is calling you to feel those things, not having this wall whereby you're very nonchalant, you're very avoidant of your situation, nothing hurts you, nothing breaks you, and you show up to the world and you're like, I'm the strong person. Nah. So for me, the reason and tracing back my feeling towards, being regarded as a strong one, I would take it back to my father's passing. Like when my dad passed, I wish I knew then what I know now, that it was okay for me to break down, that I needed to feel it. But instead, I was in the middle of my exams, in the beginning of my exams. Even I was, just starting with my exams on the day of my dad's funeral. I was writing my first paper, my psychology paper, and in my dad's true style, my dad would be like, do not ever allow yourself to be distracted by your circumstances. And I remember saying this to my lecturer, my psychology lecturer, and I was like, I am going to write this paper because this is what my dad would want me to do. But that was the moment I, dug a hole for myself. I threw myself in there and I buried myself, because from then on, everyone was just, they lacked sensitivity towards what was happening. The fact that I had just lost the closest person to me in my life ever. And because of how I presented myself, it's very true when they say you teach people how to treat you. And I taught them to treat me as this person who had it. Like I showed up, I was studying, like revising my notes in the backseat of the car while we're traveling from, A to B to Z, trying to arrange my dad's funeral. There is no way I didn't go. And I'm not complaining, because it allowed me the closure, to be fully, embedded in my dad's, funeral and the planning of my dad's funeral. I was in it. But while in it, I denied my chance the opportunity to feel what, was happening. I denied myself the opportunity to feel and to realize that I had just lost my father. Like, I had just lost the main person in my life. I had just lost my motivation, my purpose, to an extent. And I was just on, I wouldn't even say autopilot, because I was not in denial of what had happened, but I just was refusing to switch to the grief, to the pain. I was aware that, yeah, it hurts, because I remember when at the end of the day I would go back home. So my dad and I stayed in different places, right? Around the same location though. Is it? It doesn't matter. But when I would go back home later, I would, like always, just cry for a moment and sleep. And go throughout the day, the next day, just carrying this heaviness and not being able to lay it down, because everybody believed that I've got it together, because I made them believe that I've got it together, and I can't blame anyone for considering me as strong. And then on the day of the funeral, a Saturday came. I woke up very early in the morning, and I remember my sister at home asking me, Gucci, dude, like, are you sure you want to do this? You don't have to. And I had never set my mind to something, or to doing something, the way I set my mind to writing that exam, in spite of everything that was happening. Like, my heart and my mind knew that I am writing that exam no matter what. And trust me, I went there, wrote that exam. I wrote a 3-hour paper in an hour, 30 minutes, came out with a distinction. When I tell you that I was meant to write that paper, you best believe me, right? And then when I came back, I found the proceedings still going on right before we would go to the cemetery. And guess what I did? I stood there in front of everyone. I spoke of my dad. I shared. And after that, we went to the cemetery. And then I think after the proceedings at the cemetery, that's the breakdown. That's when the breakdown happened. I actually think I should have like a video separately about that. And then when it hit me, how much I painted myself, or how much I presented myself as strong, is when I came back and everything was done, and I went back home with my cousins, and going through people's WhatsApp messages, like WhatsApp statuses, and everyone was just saying, yo, you're so strong, yo, you're so strong, yo, like posting my pictures and like, yo, you're so strong. And that made me cry. Like, that made me so sad that I desired the opportunity to feel. And at that point, just because of the connotation that we had wrapped around the word strong, or the term strong, I desired to be weak. Like, that moment called for me to be weak. That moment called for me to be down on my knees. But I denied myself that, and subsequently taught everyone around me to treat me as such. And that then continued through other things in my life, whereby I'm very shy to express vulnerability to a certain extent, because I'm like, no, I'm known to be very strong. Like, I'm that girl, street cred. It's not a syndrome. Please don't check me, okay? But I just have that thing that I can't show up slacking. I can't show up weak. No, man, I can't. But really and truly, I'm just this girl who is always ready to cry. And it breaks my heart even more when I'm in situations that call for me to tap into that weakness, right? Because I'm just like, it feels like a betrayal to self, because I'm trying so hard to be strong, and that's not who I am. But at the same time, I feel like just because of this facade that I've had on for so long, if I show this weakness, I am betraying this self, the strong self that has carried me and that has protected me. And that confusion is what breaks me. That confusion is what gets me, for real, for real. And due to always wanting to be, the strong one, you feel like you are responsible for people's needs. You're responsible for, like, people's problems. Like, I feel like I should never have problems. I should never have problems that need, whatever kind of intervention. I don't ever have problems that need other people to come in. But I believe that I am the one that always needs to rush, to be the helper, to be the strong one for someone. And that day, I remember having a conversation with someone, and as we were speaking about it, he was like, be careful that in you wanting to be the strong one, in you always wanting to be the helper, you do not make yourself the Messiah, because it is not your responsibility ultimately to be helping everyone in as much as you want to, but you are not equipped to do so. And sometimes I would find myself not being able to show up for a person, or not being able to assist how they wish or they need me to. And I would feel like I failed that person. And it would hurt, like it would break my heart so bad. Would see, my goodness, I have I had to be able to help this person, regardless of how my circumstances are situated, or regardless of how my situation is in the moment. I just feel like I need to have a solution for someone else's problem. And that there is the kick for me. And, it brought me down to a place where I questioned myself, that sometimes, do I really help people because I truly just want to help, or because I do not want to, like, I fear disappointing someone. And I think that's the way it is for me. And that relationship between myself and disappointment, I have such a sick relationship with disappointment. I hate disappointing other people, mainly because I don't like being disappointed. And I often feel like everyone shares the same sentiments, that it hurts being disappointed. I know everyone gets hurt by that, but for some it's worse than for others. So for me, it's kind of that thing that sometimes I even feel like me stepping up to help someone or to assist someone is not always from a genuine place. Sometimes it's really just to prepare good karma for myself. And that's not a good place, but it is what it is, right? At least I'm still helping. But it's going back to me subconsciously wanting to be someone else's Messiah, because I feel like I need to have solutions to people's problems. I need to have answers to people's questions. But then when the tables are turned, when the roles are reversed, I'm tired of being the strong one. No cap. I'm tired of being the strong one. And the thing is, I don't have to. Nobody asks me to. No one demands me to. It's now just become a thing that I feel like I have to. It's now become like a personality that I feel like I have to embody, whether or not it is difficult, whether or not it is impossible. And in most cases, than not, it always seems very hard, and it ends up taking from myself the fact that I'm strong, so I need to be able to show up. And my parting words from all of this, I've come to realize that helping people, or wanting to help someone, is such a good quality. If you have a heart that wants to help people, that is a good heart. It's a good quality, but it should never come at the price and at the expense of your own mental well-being, which is, the awkward situations that I've put myself in, that I will want to help you regardless of how it leaves me. And that there is very unhealthy. And I need to work on that. Okay. Thank you so much, guys. I think I'd just like to pack it there before I start rambling and lose my thoughts. But yeah, I think that's that. That's that. And I'll come back to speak on who helps the helper. The next video will be on that. Thank you so much for watching. I'm alone today. I can't say from me and mine to you and yours. But YouTube culture, don't forget to like, to comment, and to subscribe. Tell your friends to tell their friends that the stranger is back, right? There is danger in her back. I'm joking. I don't even know what that was about. But thank you so much, guys, for watching. I'll see you again on the next video. Love and light to you and yours. Until next time. Peace.